Though if Bren picks up the Baksha, just maybe. But yeah, no, all slots are filled for that. Lusty has the Popol and Koopa, and then Flap has either the Benedetta or the Paquito. So no Baksha for Bren. What they do need is something on Few, or they can switch it up. They can switch it up. Lusty could play something else. Few could play the Popol.
Yeah, it could be a position for Popol and Koopa. They can bring out the surprise Joe pick here for the tank. And just to help set things up there. And then for the other pick, for what might be a pick for Evo, could be a Mage here, or the Beatrix, which is actually still open. Oh yeah, the Beatrix is still open.
It's open, right?
Yeah.
I would actually love the Beatrix just because of how well it goes with Popol and Koopa. It can easily be defended around the mid. And again, this has so much damage in the early game.
Interesting, Reptar. Why the wins?
The Esmeralda. They pick up the Kufra also. I mean, Lusty.
I see what it is. I know what this is.
Yeah. Lusty, Kufra, great. Esmeralda, very here, there, but there is a chance that it could be difficult for Nxpe to handle.
Yeah.
But Bren needed that late game damage.
And what this lineup needs is something that rhymes with thirst. Right? It's not there.
To me, you know what? It's okay. I'm giving Bren the benefit of the doubt in this draft just because.
It's an all reliable lineup.
It's an all reliable, right? And again, Flap TZ is great on Ben. You can swap out these TZ brothers, no problem in this regard. There you go in the arenas. Yeah.
Wow.
Next play Evos, their lineup, I'm liking it. There's so many angles of attack. James is just gonna be happy to just be there, be the dead lane, force a response from both Rebo or Flap TZ. Oh man, Bren, you know what? It's either it works amazingly well or it doesn't.
Yeah, and I didn't see a switch up there on the heroes or Flap or Carl. It is gonna be a Benedetta for Flap.
And then the jungle Paquito.
The jungle Paquito.
Ooh.
Right, this could be an opportunity for these brothers to really shine.
This time he has both mobility and sustainability. So let's see how this pays off. Game number 1, almost afoot. We just need to iron out a few kinks before we get into the match once more. This is Bren Esports versus Nxpe Evos. Bren needs this win all the more. I'm just saying, one more time, they are dead bottom. 8th. Check out this code giveaway. Grab it. All right. Now back to how significant this matchup is for our world champions. Are they trying to be safe with this lineup, or in the process have they become too safe?
Well, we have seen them kind of go a little ham with some weird picks. Did not go well for them previously, so I'm guessing. You know what? Let's try to leave the experimentation. Maybe just one guy today, just Carl TZ with the it looks experimental for them, but historically, Paquito Jungle has been great.
Yeah.
Actually.
Whoa. I'm a little confused. I'm busy.
Don't worry, we'll get this. We'll just.
So your brand.
Gotta draw it out of there.
All right, perfect. Now, on to the matchup. Gold lane Rebo facing off against Hesa. Esmeralda versus Alice. What's that matchup like?
I mean, I'm thinking about Hesa. Like, are we good with Hesa just jumping in here? And how well is that gonna go, right? I'm not sure. For the previous performance of Hesa that I did see, I'm not quite convinced yet, so I'm gonna need a little bit more work in that regard.
Something tells me the best that Rebo can do here is to deny Hesa the stacks. Like, just really get in his face and slow down the Alice. I'm guessing, wow, I think both Bren and Nxpe Evos have planned both lanes to be dead lanes.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. I don't mind that strategy at all because we've seen them. Teams like Bren, they rely a lot on more decision making to really win them the games. Obviously, aside from Carl TZ's explosiveness, Flap TZ's explosiveness is that a thing? Old explosiveness.
Boldness.
Maybe they can rely on that more now. So, but yes, overall they still do rely on just decision making. And maybe that's when the dead lanes are going to come in here strong.
Yeah, and every time I see a matchup or a team that, and end up picking up the Uranus versus even though you already know you're going up against an Esmeralda, it's always a very brave choice to do. Because you all know Esmeralda can just steal the shields away from that Uranus. But it might just end up being one of those matchups where even in the late game, both of them are just going to be sustaining through each other's damage.
Truth be told, I have an anecdote on the whole Esmeralda and Uranus situation.
Ooh, let me hear it.
And I think it is a story fit for this time because, again, we can't expect much engages. Both teams, save for mid, are going to be relatively safe. So, here's the thing. The Uranus is going to have a hard time early on. And yes, could even maybe suffer a kill after an unfortunate rotation from the opposing team. But, get this. If you're laning as a Uranus against an Esmeralda, are you not helping the rest of your map? Because again, the Esmeralda is much better when it joins fights. It's so lethal in clashes as compared to just clearing waves.
Yeah, I mean, it's super apparent that, you have weaknesses against that, but you have to remember that they do serve different purposes. Uranus mostly for split, Esme for that big engage.
Exactly. So, if you're the Uranus and you get to do your job well, aren't you winning? But look, there's a fight up top. Oh, H2 gets bursted down. And as expected, in the lack of burst that Bren noted, it's coming from Carl Tizzy.
Yeah, the power of the early game Pakito. Personally, in the games I've played, loving the early games. Like, no one can really have an answer to your champ stance.
Yeah,
Full
you
combo.
hurt.
You hurt a
You
lot.
hurt.
And super mobile because you can dash twice.
Oh, wow.
With
All right.
damage.
So, now that we noted that one huge weakness, next play, Evos, am I correct that the move here for them is to create amazing
See?
physical burst defense items? But wait, Yowie, what? He didn't expect Bren to still come through. Well, he saw him. He saw them. What was he thinking?
To be fair, none of us actually would expect that in that situation.
Oh, a little sloppy right now. Bren Sports securing the turtle. James is in trouble. That's 4 members. 3 members on him. And they survive consecration.
Yeah.
Held.
I'm loving it because, the Pakito plays we're seeing right now, actually some skills are missing. It's not even full effect yet, and we're already seeing such massive destruction.
Oh, James, he can't do much here. Look at that. Bren had their way with the outer shield turret.
Top lane though. Woo, Rebo.
Oh, not enough. Oh, Phantom Execution. Short of 1. Hessa has to dive deep. And right now, they're looking to mirror up top.
To be fair, a lot of resources being used to that, but if I was looking at Nxpe, that's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Especially with the gold going over to H2 and Hessa.
Oh, few biting down. Chomping Yowie. So far, they're okay. Ejector onto Koopa.
Yeah, and Bren, or Nxpe rather, really needed to take down Repo at that point because he was starting it off 2-0, and then he already has an Avarice. You needed to stop the momentum of that Esmeralda.
Oh, unstoppable force on to few. Ejector circling Eagle. Oh, where's the finishing power? Not there.
Apparently, he's the one who's gonna get finished. The moment he dove in, he disappeared.
What were they thinking?
I mean, I guess you kind of just wanted to stay safe. You wanted to hold it for longer. I don't know.
Oh, James kiting them. Oh, refuge of his turret.
There's no straight answer to the mid lane dive there of the Filda. So Yellow Haze might need to kind of reconfigure, recalibrate here a little bit with his team.
Yeah, rethink and reconsider where everyone is. Jump in by Lusty. They miss Flap Peasy. About 1/5 of his health. They get away. 3v3 action down bottom. Up top, Rebo trying to steal away these camps from H2, which makes sense. They are about 1,000 gold ahead, 4 minutes in.
Seem to be a very good spot here for Bren Esports, and you don't see a lot of early game Bren Esports anymore, so that's been their thing, by the way, previously. Like, they get a good early game, they usually end the game on that note. And they're not showing any signs of slowing down here, which is definitely a good sign for the M2 World Champion.
100% turtle take rate so far. Hessa completely demolishing that upper lane, the top lane turret shield, and flows out of there. So I think he's found his confidence again. Like, I think he's okay.
Does seem to be, right? Like, they're going in a more smoother flow here, which is very rare sight. A very rare sight to see for Bren lately.
Yeah, and then for Nxpe Evos, it's crazy. It's and interesting to see that they're here and there right now. Yawi, oh, lethal plans for Rebo, but they get intercepted from the back line. Yawi bursts down the little girl and the robot. Rebo finishes the job underneath the turret. Hesa couldn't save himself. Karlteezy gets another one.
Yeah, beautiful charge flicker with the Tyrant's Rage there.
He's still going.
Still going non-stop here. Karlteezy sees mad.
Phew, serving it up. Yummy. Up top, Yelly Hayes.
That's it. This is the recipe that we've seen from Bren Esports historically. This very aggressive early game. I missed this, man. I missed watching Bren in their missing a few shots, but overall just getting advantages here and there.
Yep, chaotic, but just the same, just enough to mess up your opponents and their tempo. Hesa not falling for Rebo here. Yelly Hayes could not help confirm the kill. Yawi, hello, gets bursted down in just 2 punches.
That was 2 punches. Not even a knockout straight.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Again, it hurts.
It hurts.
It's early on, that jungle Paquito. You gotta watch out for it. And it doesn't look like NXP's ready for it. Again, NXP doesn't look like the same NXP we saw last week.
Different. Absolutely different. Is that how big of a change Renegade does to the team?
Maybe it could also be Bren. Again, the reason why they were able to win against Omega, they showed their familiarity playing against Chaknu. Maybe this is Bren's familiarity playing against Nxpe Evos, giving them the upper hand here.
Right.
We did mention they've been playing each other.
I like the final blow here by Flap. Teasy able to save himself. See? Oh wow, even young Flap can find some swag.
He seems to know them like the back of his hand. Like doesn't seem to be a very unfamiliar matchup. Considering there are a lot of new players on Nxpe, still playing the same kind of play that we've seen season in and season out.
This is impressive. Bren has found their window, and again, we feel the difficulties they've been feeling. Oh, they catch one, Yawi. Yawi's at 0-3-0 now.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not an assist yet.
This is the dominating Bren we're used to, man.
It's a breath of fresh air. Like,
yeah.
Finally, they're back a little bit, but we're not done yet.
James sidesteps a jump from Lusty. Even underneath their own turret, they can't find anything. In goes Hesa. Not anyone home with the ode. And another one. Karlteezy could have hit both. 3, actually, from Nxpe Evos, but they let go. Wow. What a defense.
Did we just see Karlteezy like hold out on a skill there?
Yeah.
It's like patience.
He's back. He wants more. That's H2 jumping out, dodging this massacre that Karlteezy's bringing. 3-0-5. Third's gonna go very soon as well. And and like that now, Nxpe Evos, it seems like they're scrambling.
Yeah, my eyes were on Karlteezy the whole time. His knockout punch was green. So he could have gone for the dive earlier, but he didn't, which shows great growth from this guy. Usually he would.
Yeah.
So
maybe he was also trying to avoid getting thrown back by Yawi.
Yeah, good respect for the jawhead here.
Even a world champion can still grow. Even the best in the world at some point has new things to learn.
I mean, they got to go back to form for sure, and this is a good start for it.
Yeah.
But again, we are not done yet. What's going to be the win condition here for NXPE, right? We still look at a really fat, like, Hesa, unlikely, very fat H2O, very loaded up, although they are working on the items.
Yeah, I mean, what timer might that look like, right? We're sitting at 9 minutes, and Hesa is at 110 with a mystery shop.
That's a look.
Where?
A long time, man.
When?
15 minutes, 16 minutes, maybe NXP can go.
Minimum.
But they should be going. They should have been going here. The early game with the Matilda and the Jawhead.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where was that?
I think their initial rotation or plans were stopped because of the fact that H2 received the first death of the game. They knew they had to play a little bit more carefully so that they could allow H2 to just, protect him, let him farm up, and they lost their momentum from the beginning with how Karlteezy, or maybe it was Rebo. Oh yeah, it was Karlteezy who was able to find him out.
Oh, makes for quite the fragile game plan. Up top, Rebo getting caught out by Few. Sorry, James getting caught out by Rebo, Few, Flapteezy, and Karlteezy. All of them. Basically just all of them.
Yeah, so basically Rebo just giving James such a nightmare. So what we mentioned, or what you guys mentioned earlier in that draft, yeah, it's happening. He's falling apart. James can't do anything against Rebo right now.
On paper, the draft looked Nxpe all in. If they caught Bren, but right now it seems to be the other way around. Bren is just collapsing onto Nxpe Evos with all their weight. And boy, oh boy, do they weigh a ton right now. Look at this. How big is that? 8K gold lead.
Yeah, man, Carl
Nine.
playing around here so well.
Yeah, Flap Easy just dancing down bottom with James. A toss in. Could be a shutdown here. Lusty.
Still up.
Still up. There's a shutdown. 1. H2. Could that have been a bait? Hessa, blood flow on out of danger. Carteezy threatening the orange here. Oh, he's still going. They're still going.
Yeah, they don't have any ults available on Nxpe. That's why they said, you know what, let's save it a little bit. Lapkeezy as well, doing some pretty good stuff on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah. Let's not force it. Let's not try to bite off more than we could chew. Lusty was a small price to pay.
Yeah, and they don't mind that. I mean, Lusty just...
Oh, 1v1. Carteezy takes down
And he's not done.
Nope, Yowie in trouble. Uses Cyclone Eye, plus the flicker running away.
Still chasing him.
From Carteezy. Survives, and again, you're seeing Carteezy so disciplined.
Discipline, man!
What?
Jeez, what's happening here?
He could have gotten ejected for
So
sure.
easy.
Yeah. Good thing he stopped that attack. And right now, Bren, you feel the anger of Bren. You feel that they're tired of losing. And next play, Evos, they're on the receiving end of a really angry Bren Esports. They've been impressing. They got 3 wins, 9 points. They were top 3 by the end of week 3. But at this point, Bren has just had enough of being at the bottom of the table right now.
Yeah, not just angry. Like, angry but in control. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's a bad...
Yeah.
That's a scary combination.
That's the thing, Cap. They're always angry.
Fans of anime would know that Bren Esports right now, this is them with like the shadows over their eyes. That's what this is. It's that moment.
Blood right now. They are seeing red for sure.
For blood, bro.
But they have shades.
This is like Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like he's not in full control. He's really angry and he's somewhat in control, but you know that this is a different beast.
Yeah, you can. That kind of Goku that kind of closes his eyes a little bit and breathes.
Yeah.
Then hits. You know, that's.
Man.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
So we're at 12 minutes now, 13 minutes. Lord gonna be marching on in about 2 seconds. Down bottom.
10K gold lead, by
Here
the
comes
way.
out. Interesting. Bren waited for it to be luminous. Yeah, 10K gold lead, 10K and change. Now what's the timer looking like? Because we earlier said 15, 16. I'm guessing it's longer. It's extended.
Oh man, right now for NXPE, let's go to 20. Maybe that'll even things out. Very unlikely at the moment.
Basically
though.
item lock.
Item lock everybody, yeah.
Shuffling items. Everyone gets like some sort of physical
Let's
burst.
see here.
Prevention. Like the final blow. In by Flapteasy. An ejector onto 1. Interesting decisions by Yowie. He's looking for a good target. Up top, James going 1v1 against Carteezy. All 5 members of Bren changing their priorities, going up to top. Lord slain here by Nxpe Evos, quelling that push. More waves marching down through mid. The damage has been done, and Bren has been doing this so clean.
Yeah, they have all of their ultimates up, by the way. Only Flap waiting for the electric final blow. They do want to go. But they
Now
are
it's back
saving it.
up. Lusty looking for a catch. Cancels it. Flapteasy
go.
in the middle of everyone. Hessa clicks it. Does not find one. Ejector into and under the turret. Like the final blow saving him, but Hessa says, nah, not on my watch. And right now, Bren is taking a few hits. Nxpe Evos brought them right where they want him. Carteezy shut down. Double kill for Hessa. No casualties to the side of Nxpe Evos. Is this the turnaround they were looking for?
They don't seem to be slowing down right now.
Another ejector, but Rebo has shields on shields for days.
And he also had to burn the flicker here, which is very good, at least for Bren to not lose more. Because they could have been run down to mid. That's scary.
Bren Esports, you gotta admire, somewhat question a little bit their bravado to go for that initiation. Although they do understand that even if they lost that, as long as they don't get wiped out, they are still very well in the lead of this game.
Yeah.
And they still have the damage, and they took a lot of damage from Nxpe, took everything from Nxpe for them to be able to take out Bren Esports, but Bren can't give another one like that. It's close to a 7K gold leader. It is a 7K gold lead right now for them. Another one could lead to a massive swing. And NXP might just find another opening if Bren make another slightly questionable decision like that. Again, I get it, but you gotta be a little bit more careful now.
Especially right now because the waves are deeper. You know, one mistake could run you faster through one lane. So you gotta be prepared here. And I think vision is going to be so key in this specific moment in the match.
And if we're talking about vision, Bren has the advantage here. Yawi looking for one with the conceal. Lusty catches a few with the old combo. Left easy taking down the jawhead. I guess this is what Nxpe was expecting. Worst case scenario. Yelihei's dashing on back. Easy punching Hesa out of there. James taken out. That's two members of Nxpe was picked off. Easy peasy. Bren Esports knew what was up. And again, it's all about vision. And even if they did not see the conceal, they knew shenanigans were afoot.
That's right. And no towers to save them, by the way. So definitely up. That was on Nxpe because they were not in a position to fight there, especially with their location on the map. That was so weird.
It's a slight hesitation as well because they could have gone for it. But I'd like to think differently. They could have gone for it, but again, they hesitated. But then they are, behind, so they need to play carefully as well. But it was one of those things where they lost two key pieces because of them deciding to, okay, maybe we should hold off a little bit.
That's true.
And on this Lord, will they hold off? The answer is no. Giving it over to Bren Esports, second one of the game.
Oh, that's bad.
H2 almost got caught. James putting up a perimeter. Nice ejector plus the dash out. Almost a phantom execution. He didn't need it. And Lord marching down through mid.
Yep.
Luminous as it is, can they survive this defense?
And the only plus side I can see here is that Nxpe's wave clear is redonkulous.
Redonkulous.
They've got
That's a new word.
They've got everything that they need to clear these waves and more, just because of Hesa right now.
Yep. And key here is for him to not hesitate. He needs to find those moments, and this is one big one right here. The perfect Odin all combo could be it. He's still singing. That's an ejector into the turret. The base that is. Down goes the Lord. They're still in it. Hesa goes down. This might be the end for Nxpe Evos. Their main source of damage, their CC, their sustainability has been picked off.
They're wave clear.
And they're trying, yes, the redonkulous wave clear, as you put it. And surprisingly, Nxpe Evos still holding on.
Still clearing. I don't know
Sports,
how.
They're saying, why won't you go down? Just take it. That's James falling. 3 defenders. It might not be enough. There's waves coming in. Double kill for Rebo. The GOAT gets H2. Ladies and gentlemen, Bren Esports taking game number 1.
Nxpe is like, and Brandon's like, go down already. Let's go.
Why won't you die?
Why won't you die?
This is finished.